Breaking news in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills have fired offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey. The move coming the morning after the Bills were upset by the Broncos in Buffalo to fall to 5-5 this season as Josh Allen and the offense continues to struggle, especially with those turnovers. Dorsey will be replaced Brian Daboll as the OC last season when Daboll took the Giants head coaching job. Replacing Dorsey now will be QB's coach Joe Brady. He's named the interim offensive coordinator. And you look at that playoff picture in the AFC, it is certainly do or die time for the Bills right now, sitting at 5-5 on the outside looking in when it comes to their hopes of wanting to get back to the postseason and get back to the level that we have seen from them in recent history. Bringing in my guy Ryan Harris now. And Ryan, this morning we showed the highlights of that Bills loss. It was inexcusable. That's what Sean McDermott said about the way that they fell to the Broncos. You see this shakeup happen so fast with Ken Dorsey being fired. What's your first reaction?
The absolute right move to make. If you're Sean McDermott, you got to do something to shake up that offense. And now look, Ken Dorsey's not responsible for the fumbles by his players, and he is responsible for this offense not having an identity. All of the starting linemen have started every single game this season. They've yet to establish a dominant run game. Josh Allen has not excelled, not necessarily regressed, but just hasn't taken that next step. And to be honest, Zach, we may be just overlooking the fact that Brian Daboll may not have been that good as an offensive coordinator. See the New York Giants. And Ken Dorsey just absorbed that offensive coordinator position. Team probably saved a little money, thought, hey, the offense is the same. But how you call plays in an offense, the philosophy, clearly something Ken Dorsey had not picked up on and did not give his players enough options in addition to their mistakes to win football games.
But if you look at it and say, okay, turnovers are the key issue for the problems on offense for the Bills, take those turnovers away, is there a problem with the offense that you think can be fixed with Dorsey gone?
Absolutely. And now with Joe Brady coming in to call plays, remember he did that the year LSU won the national championship. People are going to penalize him for going to the Carolina Panthers under Matt Rule, who's, oh, by the way, back in college and not doing well. So Joe Brady knows the opportunity. He understands how to call plays. He made Joe Burrow what we know today. But this is a big piece. A big piece of this, too, is going to be affecting the offense in practice. How you call the plays in practice, how you get those guys prepared, but also how you hold them accountable in practice. When we won the Super Bowl 50 season, players would call back periods, coaches would call back periods if things weren't right. And there's also little things you can add. If fumbling the football is a problem, then have your players carry the football around the facility and you give an award to anybody who gets the fumble out. Hey, $50 if you knock the ball out of James Cook's hand. Get him focused on that right away. Teams also do things like dip the ball in water during practice to make sure it's more slippery, more slick. These are things in addition to the play calling ability that Joe Brady has that he can do in practice to help his players focus and ultimately execute an offense that has been waiting to explode for the entire season.
It'll be the second go-round for Joe Brady being an offensive coordinator in the NFL. Before that was with my Panthers. I saw first close and personal of how that went out. You look, though, for the Bills, how much of a situation is this a panic meter when you look where they stand in the playoff picture and they have quite a few teams in front of them?
A huge panic meter. I mean, it's the highest at the panic meter that you can. Now, make note as well, if Sean McDermott's willing to fire an offensive coordinator, he's also going to make some changes in the lineup. So this is an alert to all the players that, hey, we're not going to wait until next year to try and fix things. We're doing it right now, and either you're on board or you're going to be out of here or out of the job and on the bench. So absolutely the right move to make if you're Sean McDermott, and it sends a message to the team. Yes, this is a panic. It's time now to win a Super Bowl if you're the Bills, and right now it's not looking like they can do it. So you got to make changes to keep this dream alive this season.
Earlier this morning, you basically said you did not think that the Bills were going to make the playoffs. Now that they make this move, can this be enough to spark them into the postseason?
It can. Nothing gets people focused in a football locker room like someone getting fired, coach or player. So this was going to get the focus and the urgency that this Bills team has been lacking, especially offensively. But there are some issues defensively, too, that they're going to have to work on. Far too much man coverage, in my opinion, and in key situations breaking down. But the Bills do have a shot with this because every player and coach is going to be doing their best this week and the rest of the year.
Ryan Harris here with us all year long, talking some NFL football, this time with the news coming out of Buffalo with them firing Ken Dorsey as their offensive coordinator. Thank you so much for your time, Ryan. And you look at it, time is of the essence for the Bills right now. They have hopes of getting back into that playoff picture. Right now, they just sit in the hunt after falling to the Broncos, who are at the bottom of your screen. So the offense certainly struggling, turnovers an issue. Buffalo hoping that now Joe Brady will be able to get them right back on track as he steps in as the interim OC for the rest of the year.